Welcome to Keeping It Real with your hosts, Merryl Koven and Veronica Brandon Miller. Hi, I'm Veronica.
And I'm Merryl.
And this is Keeping It Real
in Real Estate.
So welcome back. This is another great show we have planned. And, you know, Merryl, we're constantly reading. We belong to a membership called RESM, which is Real Estate Sarasota Manatee. So we definitely keep on top of what's happening locally, how many homes are being sold, was it above asking, was it below asking? So every time we talk, we say, please, please, please listen to us because we're doing your homework. We work for you, so we want to make sure that we have your back and your best interests. So with that, what are you seeing? What's happening? You know, people always say, oh, springtime's the best time to sell. We're in Florida. Like, we don't have to wait for great weather.
That's true. That's true. Well, you know, I mean, right now we definitely have still a lighter inventory. Mm-hmm. The new construction has kicked back up again. We did just find out actually that 4,800 new homes are still yet to be built out in Lakewood Ranch, which is just making new construction a little bit more competitive, again, with inventory homes, with resale homes. But we still technically have very, very low inventory.
Yes.
So if you are looking for a resale home, it just might take a little bit longer. If I'm not mistaken, I think we heard that the average home in Sarasota Manatee is going to contract in 65 days. Yes. Which is actually not bad.
It's the norm.
It's the norm. It's a normal market now, and it gives us the ability to actually have negotiations, you know, and have a real sales experience where we negotiate with whatever side we're sitting on with the other agent, which is a normal market.
Yeah, and you know, we're saying low inventory. That's exactly it. So why not sell your house right now?
Yes.
I mean, especially if you have optimal equity in. And I'll give an example. I'm about to sell someone's home. If we listed this when we talked 4 months ago, they would have probably gotten at least $100,000 more. Mm-hmm. But you have to stay with the times, and yes, definitely sell your house. But it will be one of the very few out there, so you will be getting some visitors. But just know, follow whatever we say. Yes. Whatever your realtor is telling you, because we're following the trends. We do not want you to be stuck in a situation.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Yeah, and locations in Sarasota. So yes, if you live by the beach, hands down. You know, people will, when they think of Florida, they think of the beach. So definitely, if you're on the beach, we got you.
Yes.
If it's outside the beach, we're creative. And you have to be. Like there's a specific place that I'm selling, and it's South County. And South County was hit by the hurricane. Mm-hmm. So in people's mindset, they're like, oh, I don't want to go to South County. Are you kidding? It's gorgeous down there. And this was a fluke. Mm-hmm. A fluke.
That's one of my favorite things to do with buyers. I love working with people who have never been to Florida or have just been here once or twice and realize, wait a second, this place is pretty interesting and pretty cool and spectacular, and I'm coming back. I like to do take your must-haves, must-have-nots, and figure out what's on the table, what's off the table. So when I first start working with people, I'll take them South County to the Venice, Northport, Englewood, Port Charlotte area, just to do the drill so you can learn. You don't know our area, so it's not realistic to think that I'm going to find what makes you happy. I'm going to listen to you intently, and I'm going to take copious notes, and I'm going to make sure that I hear everything that you say. But I can't determine what feels good for you. So I'm going to take you south, and we're going to figure out at the end of by the time we're done south, I'm going to know, is it on the table or is it off the table? If it's on the table, then we carry it one step further. If it's off the table, we're done. We're going to move on to the next area. It'll be the same with the Parish area. It'll be the same with the Lakewood Ranch area, the Palmetto, North Bradenton area. Mm-hmm. So we'll do that, and I like to do that gamut. And if you stick it Once you're done with me after 7, 8, 9 days, you are going to have a knowledge that you didn't even think that you could possibly have.
Right.
To our area and what feels good for you.
Right. And just remember, you as the buyer, we work free for you.
Yeah.
You do not pay us. The seller pays the buying agents.
Yes.
So again, someone's paying us to work with you. That's the way to look at it.
And I
Free.
think one of the most important things to remember with that is we work very, very hard, and especially for ladies like Veronica and I, we're very ethical, we're very honest, we work very, very hard. You're never going to wonder where I am, what I'm thinking, what I'm doing, and I just sort of ask for that same respect in return. Is the same honesty and transparency and commitment to me that I'm going to make to you.
Right. And when we're talking about commitment, and I know this could be a whole other show, but I'm just going to put this out there. Any allegiance you have to this house, let it go. Let it go. Don't say, well, I'm trying to find the perfect family to take over this house. Do you know what? Cut them. We're selling a house for you. I'm working for you. I'm not working for, enhancing the neighborhood or, making Billy next door have a friend. No. You are the primary person, and my purpose is to help you. So you let us know what your hope is at the end of the day. What is the bottom line you would love to take home? We look up exactly, if we had a pre-appraisal done. If not, we can do a comp and see what's comparative. So listen to us. Trust us. Now it's title time with Cynthia Riddell from Riddell Law Group.
In order to ensure a smooth closing process and avoid any delays, a buyer and a seller should communicate with their closing agent to confirm whether they will actually be physically at the closing or that they may be located in another state and may need to arrange for a mail-away closing. Oftentimes, the first process in purchasing or selling real estate involves electronic signatures. However, once you get closer to closing and the actual closing date, there are legal documents that require notarization, and there are some that will also require witnesses as well as the notarization. So the buyer and seller need to be aware that they need to make arrangements, logistical arrangements, to complete these documents. It's best to tell your closing agent that you will need to arrange for a mobile notary in order to complete the closing documents in time for closing.
Now it's time for a Mortgage Minute with Laura Hanzelka from Guaranteed Rate Affinity.
Hi, this is Laura Hanzelka with Guaranteed Rate Affinity, and I'm here with your Mortgage Minute. So today we're going to talk about different types of approvals. There's the pre-qualification, which is probably the most common. You can go online, do an online application with a lender. They send you a piece of paper that says you're pre-qualified. All they did was look at your credit report. And for most sellers and most listing agents, that's not enough. They want to know that you actually make enough money and that you have the funds needed to qualify for your mortgage. So the next level up is called a pre-approval. And that's where you provide your loan officer with income documentation as well as bank statements to validate those things that you input on your loan application. That's definitely a stronger approval than a pre-qualification, but it's still not the best. The best approval is going to be what we call power bid, and that's where the loan officer takes your information.
Now it's
that
time
you've
for
provided,
Safety Second
as well as
with
additional
Cindy
documentation,
Winning with Premier
and
Home Watch.
submits it actually into underwriting, where a real live underwriter, not a machine, not a computer, analyzes all of the information and issues a formal loan approval. That's going to be almost as strong as buying a home with cash. So if you're ready to take the next step on that, let me know. I can be reached at 727-504-0910.
Now it's time for Safety Second with Cindy Winning with Premier Home Watch.
Hi, this is Cindy Winning with Premier Home Watch. 60-second safety tip. not going to call it a safety tip, but it's a smart tip. You've got an automobile, you're going to leave it here for 6 months. In your mind, you think somebody, if they just go in and start the engine and let it run for 5 or 10 minutes, that's good enough for the battery. It's not. You actually have to run the vehicle. You have to back it out of that garage, back it off the property, and drive it for 15 minutes. That's how you keep that battery charged. Just running it really isn't the answer. Thank you.
Now back with Merrill and Veronica. Thank you for sharing your day with us.
Have a beautiful day.